Hey, folks, okay, applaud. Give yourselves a round of applause. We're happy you're here. Sorry, two professional comics walk in late. Welcome to the Nantucket Comedy Festival. This is sort of the official start, and this is what it's all about. First of all, thank you guys for coming out and supporting these brave youngsters right here. You guys stand up and wave to these people back here. It's a place where hams can go. It's wonderful. He's already up there. All right, so want to thank, first of all, everybody that you see on our sponsor page here. They make it possible. We actually have been doing this year-round throughout the winter. How many people spent the winter here, by applause? Tough one, huh? We needed some laughs this winter with the snow piled up. So relax, kids. No heckling me. I'm running the program, so... No, they don't know. All right, so I'd like to thank all of them. And also, we have something new this year for our sponsors. It's called the Golden Ticket, and we're very happy. People jumped in and bought that. I'd like to thank them. Richard Karlstrom. How about a hand for Richard? I know he's here. Michael Robeson. Thank you, Michael. Ann McCullum and Ashley McDermott. So thanks. So you have three boys. You got two going. Got a third one. Don't let the little one heckle the big ones. All right. Okay, so this is basically what happens. I come out here during the course of the winter. I live in New York City, but I come out here a couple times a year during the course of the winter, and we have weekend workshops. And in 3 days, in this case, these kids here, 4 days this year, to put basically a stand-up routine together. And there's two stand-up comics here, professionals, three, Brian, myself, four. It is not easy to write material that quickly, but they do. They do it, and so these kids have put together a story for you. Because saying writing jokes is very difficult. But if you tell kids to write a story about yourself, we will help you find the funny. And so that's kind of how we work. And so I love when you get to see the kids come up and do this. So we make this possible through the Nantucket Comedy Festival to support this Stand Up and Learn program year-round. But a huge part of who helps me is Brian Glowacki, who's right here. Brian, come on up. So Brian was the one who worked with these kids this week. So basically, I kind of did what I do and taught Brian. Not that I taught Brian. He actually taught me half the time. But we worked on figuring out how to teach kids this whole process. Also with the help of the principal of the Nantucket High School, John Bucky, who is here as well. He's helped us. And one of the English teachers, Paige Martineau. In fact, whenever I email Paige, I'm always looking at my semicolons and my periods. I'm like, I got to get this right. So we're trying to put a curriculum together, and we've put one together that we'd like to sort of export it to other communities that would enjoy doing Stand Up and Learn. So anyway, Brian has worked with them. What we do here tonight is a little different. If we get another microphone, too, for Brian, because he's got his hands in his pockets. He doesn't know what to do with them unless you have a microphone. So we're going to do something a little different. As the kids perform, after they perform, we're going to talk to a couple of the professionals to see what their thoughts are. And what's really difficult for the kids sometimes is they come up with the material, but then they have to repeat it like 10 times, and it gets kind of boring. So it really takes discipline to put that story together, to make it funny, and then to repeat it. I was doing George Bush jokes for 10 years. Once you have it locked into memory, you can use it. So it's always there for you. So without further ado, we will get this started. I think you've come up with an order, Brian? All right, take it away.
Hey, give it up for Kevin, everybody, one time, would you please? Thank you. And for yourselves, give yourself one big round of applause, everybody. Let's get a little bit excited here, shall we? Come on. Let's hear it, everybody. These guys work hard. I'm not bringing them up until they feel welcome. That's the thing. I had an absolute blast with at least 4 of the 9 of the people that are doing this. I'm not going to say who the other ones were, but we had a good time, didn't we, guys? Did you guys have a fun week? They didn't want to show up. If you spent that week with us, you wouldn't show up either. I'm telling you.
Poor girls have to deal with the boys. And Ryan and I are watching the boys work, and we're like, oh my God. And we realized we were the boys. So they
Yeah, they're just fashionably late, I think. They're just fashionably late. They're doing their hair or something. We don't have that problem. No, don't worry, don't heckle already. We'll get your turn. Are we ready to do this? Should we bring our first act up? All right, guys, I need you to make them feel welcome, guys. Let's go. Quiet down. That was mediocre at best. Let's hear it, guys. Let's hear it for the Stand Up and Learn program. Ladies and gentlemen, your first act coming to the stage. Please put your hands together for Quinn Keating.
Hi, my name is Quinn Keating, and there's this girl in my class who has a huge crush on me, obviously. And I signed up for summer camp to get away from her, but she signed up too. I got my friends, so I had some defense. She got her friends, so she had some offense. They chased us around for 3 months trying to kiss us. Finally, they cornered us and planted one right on my face. I think I want to come back to camp next year.
Quinn Keating, everybody. Keep it going for him. Thank you. All right, you ready? Coming to the stage next. Please get, all
right, so how about some feedback from 2 professional comedians? How about a hand? He's going to be here Saturday night, Mr. Don Gavin, the legendary Don Gavin, sitting right in our presence here. Thoughts, Mr. Gavin?
Quinn, how old are you, Quinn? How old? 10 years old, 10. Yeah, I started doing comedy when I was 33, so you got a 23-year head start, I think, right there. And you seem very shy. No. I like the fact that you've got energy and you're telling your own story. It's always the best thing to tell your own story because you know it better than anybody. Nice job.
Also want to give a shout out to Karen Morgan. She's here. She'll be performing on Women's Night. Don Gavin will be performing at Women's Night as well. So hold on.
Quinn, I really liked, first of all, when you got on stage, you gave us a big smile. We immediately like you. That's the most important thing in terms of comedy. You got to be likable, and you're already there. Congratulations, buddy.
Of course, he's likable. They were trying to kiss him. That's how likable he was. All right.
Perfect. All right, you guys ready for your next act? Awesome. Please put your hands together. Help me welcome Phineas Burn, everyone. Come on up.
Hi, my name's Finn, and I'm going to tell you about the time that my mom wanted my dad to buy a safe fire pit. So my dad decided that was too much money. So he decided to build one himself. My mom said, whenever you try to build something, it just blows up in your face. And you'll never believe what happened. It blew up in his face. And it didn't just blow up in his face, it blew up in the whole neighborhood's face. Because the neighbors were evacuating their houses, calling the fire department, freaking out, dodging rocks that were flying. And when the fire department finally came, one of the guys said, well, looks like your dad's trying to build something again. And I was like, yeah. And so the firefighter got hit in the face by a flying rock when he was trying to spray out the fire and missed with the hose and sprayed me in the face. Then I casually walked inside and said, maybe we should have listened to Mom.
That's Phineas, everybody. Let him hear it.
All right, Phineas.
Perfect.
Always listen to Mom. That's what we learn. All right. Mr. Gavin, thoughts on Phineas?
I think that the budget is great this year. You guys got T-shirts. So that's, things have changed dramatically. Yeah. I'm going back to what you know. You talk about mom and dad, great stories. See, everybody has mom and dad. So you are hitting home for everybody in the room. Nice job.
And the most important thing is you learned which one is correct, and that's always mom.
Give it up
Good
for
job,
Phineas.
Phineas. The boys with the hands in the pockets. You too.
I know. You don't know what, when you stand up here, you're just like, I'm just nervous. I'm going to put my hand here and no one will hurt me.
Work that
We
stage.
had a 1-2 punch of brothers this year, which normally it was just my brother giving me a 1-2 punch. We got the other half of the Keating clan here. There might be one more of them. Give it up one time for Forbes, everybody. Come on up here.
Hi, my name's Forbes Keating, and I am going to tell you about a story when I'm trying to lose my wiggly tooth. So, I tried everything. Bombs, missiles, rockets, machine guns, nothing worked. So, I jumped off my bunk bed. Still, nothing happened. Then, I jumped off the tallest tree I could find. Busted my elbow. Still, nothing happened. Then, I jumped off the Empire State Building. I broke every bone in my body, lost every tooth except for the tooth that wanted to fall out. At least I still got some tooth money to spend.
Fire through. All right. That's a quick, rapid-fire tooth fairy story.
You talk faster than I do. How much do you get for a tooth nowadays? $3. Wow. I'm doing the other. I'm putting money in my pillow. I'm trying to get some teeth back. So that's.
Forbes, you did a great job. I really like the fact you talked about what you know. You're likable. I like your name, too. So say that name loud and proud when you get up stage. My name's Forbes. I got a magazine. All right, cool.
Kevin, you want to add
Good
anything?
job, Forbes. Good stuff, buddy. So was all of that true, or? All right, good, because I was just checking, fact checking. But don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. That's the... You what? It is disgusting, unless it's your wiggly tooth. So, all right, guys, I'd love to discuss this further.
I'll just... You guys want to talk about anything?
Let's keep it going. All right, Brian.
All right, next, coming to the stage, I need you to help us welcome Mr. Bobby Planzer, everybody.
Bobby!
What's up, Nantucket? So my name's Bobby. I'm going to tell you about the time my brother got really scared of a chicken. I probably shouldn't have taken it to my Uncle Chicken Farm in Dallas. So I did what anybody would do. I placed him in there and locked the door. The chicken attacked him. The chicken was so mad. I sent him into a KFC. He ate a chicken dinner with a full suit of body armor.
Bobby, awesome.
Bobby
Awesome,
Planzer,
Stay up
everybody.
there, Bobby. Stay up there.
Stay up
Bobby,
here.
stay up. I love it. Good job, Bobby. Mr. Gavin. Oh, okay.
I talked to these guys all week. I got nothing else to say.
No, that's good. To talk about a little bit about how you developed that with
Yeah,
Bobby.
this was, from the beginning, we wanted to pick stories that were close to us, close to the heart, and things that were real. It's easier to tell a story if we at least start in the truth. And he said his brother's scared of chickens, and we started, just tell me the story how it happened. Don't try to be funny, just tell it how it happened at first. And we did that, and then we go through the process of each person says, oh, what if this happened? Can we put a joke here? Can we put a joke there? And then it ends up being a funny story that they can tell. And we did it over and over and over again, and it turned out that he torments his brother pretty hard, so that's something we can all relate to.
Which is how it works with older brothers. But what we talk about is it's called finding the funny. So you have a story, but then you find the funny within the story to move it along. And one of the great things that we're trying to develop further is the fact that when one of the kids are up there, the other kids have ideas. And we always tell them there's no bad ideas. Even bad ideas lead to good ideas. So what's nice is they participate in sort of putting each other's stories together. So you always have great ideas for your partners. They might use it, they might not, but basically it starts into a story like that. All right? So, Bobby, good stuff.
Give it up for Bobby, everybody.
Have any for Bobby?
Go ahead.
Gav, you got anything for Bobby?
Yeah, I like the extrapolation. I like the fact that you're willing to go out there And again, as Kevin said, it's never a final policy. Whatever you have, it's expanding and learning. Ooh, well that worked. Oh, that was horrible. Something should be horrible at least 3 times before you let it go. I know that.
Bobby, I like your energy quite a bit. You jumped right up there. You had great energy on stage, and that's really, really important. I also like the fact your brother's afraid of chickens. That's awesome.
One more time for Bobby, everybody.
Plenty of folks. He's chicken. He's chicken of chickens. So I'm sure he loves you outing that fact on stage. It's wonderful. That's what we love about it. All right.
Karen's from the South. You probably had those as pets, didn't you? All sorts of animals. Are you guys ready to keep the show moving? You ready for your next performer? Let me hear it. That was a little soft. Let them hear you guys. Let them feel welcome. Please put your hands together. Help me welcome Jack Cooney, everybody. Yeah, get him.
Before I start my performance, I want to ask you guys, how many of you have ever been 4 years old? Okay, so you'll probably understand this story. So, my name's Jack Cooney, and I'm going to tell you the story of when I was in pre-K. When I was in pre-K, we hatched baby chickens. I think they're called chicklets. And so when we hatched them, one jumped onto my shoulder. I felt fine with it until it pooped on my shoulder. As a 4-year-old, you don't take kindly to a chicken pooping on your shoulder. So I ran. This is a small classroom. So when I ran, the chicken jumped off my shoulder and I slammed into a wall. I'm the only person to lose a game of chicken to a chicken.
Nice.
Jack Cooney, everybody. What'd you think? Nice job, buddy.
That was good. Mr. Gavin?
You have great facial features. You're just vibrant up there. It's great the way you do it. And no more chicken jokes.
Now, I was going to echo what Don said in terms of your face. You took your time on your punch. You really sold it. It's all about delivery. You did a good job. Thank you.
Keep going for Jack, everybody. All right, our next performer, please welcome.
Chickens. We don't know.
I don't know.
It's a chicken night. That's what we should do. One time for the workshop, everybody should write a chicken story.
Let's just pass the mic around. Everyone tell your favorite chicken story. We'll be out of here by midnight.
And then he ran into the wall, so there had to be like a chicken crossing the road story there.
I know. We only had a week, Kevin.
We'll
Come
work on it. All right.
Don't judge us. All right, next performer. You guys ready for him? Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Harrison Nash.
Hi, my name is Harrison, and I'm going to tell you a story about one time when I went out to dinner with my family. So we all sat down, and the waiter came over and brought us bread. So the waiter still hadn't come over for a little while, so we started to play this game called the takeaway game. What the takeaway game is everybody covers their eyes like this, and that except one person, and that person has to take something away from the table without anyone knowing. And they have to guess it. So we were going through, and it was taking forever. So by the time it was my turn, I took away the bread and ate it. It was taking so long, I thought I was going to have to order breakfast instead of dinner. So the waiter finally came over to the table next to us, and so I went over to him and said, "Can you please take our order?" And then he said, "Oh, you're ready to order? I thought you were praying." And then I said, "Yeah, we were praying for you to come over and take our order." And then And then the next day, we were able to skip church because of all the praying we did.
Harrison, I like that.
Give it up for Harrison, everybody. What do you think?
All right. I think you're going to take one of those jokes, Gavin, and put it in your act.
A great job. First of all, one thing that you did that I don't even know if you realized you were doing was you were waiting for the laughs to stop, and you didn't step on your laughs. And that is a really hard thing to learn. So good job at doing that. Really funny stuff.
And you had a story, you had a setup, you brought us, you had us waiting to hear what we were going to say, and then you delivered. Beautiful.
I love when they finally are doing this in front of an audience and they hear the people laugh and clap and they're like, what was that noise?
That might be our first applause break in a stand-up and learn class. Nice job, Harrison. Guys, give it up for him again. Awesome. We've got one more performer left.
One more performer.
Because the girls decided they didn't want to spend another day with us. So we lost a couple, or they'll be here at 9 and they'll be totally late. You guys ready for your last performer of the night? Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Teddy Bradley.
Hey, I'm Teddy Bradley, and I always seem to learn things the hard way. So, I was sitting in my car and with my aunt, and she saw something pass by. She's like, "That was hilarious." I'm like 4, and I don't even know what that means. So I'm like, "What does that mean?" Sounds like a cool word. I'm gonna try it out. So later that day, my dad was backing up the boat, and I hear this giant crack. I look back, the neighbor's fence is split in two. And I said, "That was hilarious." He's like, "Teddy, get to your room and remind me to tell you the meaning of hilarious." I learned that the hard way. I also learned things the hard way at school. So we have this teacher that everyone refers to as Miss Darth Vader. And she's that bad, let me tell you. So she was a sub, so how could we not have a little fun with her? So we changed the attendance sheet a little bit. She's like, "I pee freely, bend over, gymnasium. Are you chewing gum?" "Me? Chewing gum? I'm Teddy Bradley." Just kidding. I'm bend over. That stunt right there landed me a trip right down to death row, a.k.a. principal's office. I got sentenced to the next 3 weeks of scraping gum off the bottom of desks. I learned my lesson all right. I know where to get a lot of free gum.
Give it up for Teddy.
Teddy, good stuff.
Nice job.
So it was interesting. Karen mentions stepping on your laughs. So sometimes when one of the things you have to get used to is, well, Gav, you and I never had to get used to it, but when people start to laugh, you have to wait and let them hear what you're going to say, because there's good jokes that you've written there, and it's called wait for your laughs, and don't step on your own laugh. So you did better than that usual, because
there was a.
Right. But Don just said, let it set up. He sets up the story by saying, "I'm Teddy Bradley, and I always learn things the hard way." Now we're like, okay, we're there. We're ready to hear. Yeah, respect. Hey, tell you.
Going way too fast. I still talk too fast after 34 years, so I've never learned the...
You getting all this?
I'm not learning what I'm preaching, but what you want to do is, "I'm Teddy Bradley," blah, 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 and I learn things that way. Pause. They're waiting for you to, okay, let's find out. Nice job.
Don was a teacher, by the way, so you can kind of tell.
Mr. Darth Vader.
And Teddy, it is hard to pause. It is sometimes really hard to pause. And your pause, you think it's like 18 minutes, and it's really just a couple of seconds. You did a good job with that. And you're very brave to talk about people in a small town. Good for you, buddy.
Yep.
All right, Teddy Bradley, everybody.
Give it up for Teddy, everybody.
And Teddy, I hope that teacher wasn't Paige Martineau. Ms. Martin, no. Well, it was a substitute teacher, right? Poor substitute teachers, boy. All right, so basically what we watch and we see these kids do is they work on a small chunk of material, see what works, what doesn't, they add to it. And through the course of Teddy's taken the class probably 4 times. So you did 2 little pieces of things. So you basically put that together, and that's how you form an act. And you go on the road and stay at a Motel 8 and work at Uncle Bucky's Chuckle Hut. It's a good thing, kids. It's a great life we got, Gav. Kids, yeah. We'll have to use this in other things. No. So I want to thank everybody that makes this possible. Our sponsors, they're here on the page. Cape Air, The White Elephant, Tradewind Aviation, Cisco Brew, them, and Cranberry Transportation, and also Remain. Remain helped us out with being able to bring this to the kids during the course of the winter, and the Dreamland Theater as well. So we have a great week of comedy. I have 20 comics out here that I'm babysitting for the most part. But it's a great island. You guys really take them in, and it's all very fun. Tomorrow night is Women's Night. We have 4 national headliners are here. It's a great way to start off the comedy festival. It really is. We have Judy Gold on Friday night. Now, there was a little controversy. I had Caroline Ray was here last year. She's fantastic, national headliner as well. A lot of people know her from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. She was one of the aunts on that show. She was fantastic. She was here last year. She wrote a whole new one-person show. Was begging me to come out and do it. It was the beginning of her national tour, but she had a family emergency, so she had to drop out. But for years, I've always had some good luck in getting people out here. I always say Nantucket is an easy sell. Come on out to Nantucket. If I was, running the Newark Comedy Festival, I'm not sure everybody would show up. To be honest, I'm not sure if it's my friendship with them all, but we've had Brian Regan, Jim Gaffigan, Lewis Black, and Judy is right up there with them. She is absolutely fantastic. She's on Friday night. And then Saturday night, we have the big Boston versus New York Comedy Smackdown, and it's all for the Stand Up and Learn kids for the year-round program. And so we appreciate you guys coming out here tonight and giving these kids a round of applause for coming on up. Come on up and give yourself a round of applause. Come on up. Take a bow, guys. Ready? It's all men. There's women's comedy night and there's men's comedy night, and it's right here. All right, fellas, ready? On 3, we bow. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, great job. Okay, guys, we'll see you during the course of the week. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting the Stand Up and Learn kids. That's it. Got more jokes? Thanks, everyone.